Hello everybody, my name's Alan and you're watching Guns, Gear, and Outdoors Alaska. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Ruger American Predator, chambered in .308 Winchester. We're going to do some shooting, but before we get shooting, I want to give you a quick overview of the gun. So, the thing that attracted me to the Ruger American Predator here was that you get a lot of features for a pretty inexpensive gun. The thing I really liked, it came with a threaded barrel, 5/8 by 24. Like I said, chambered in .308, you got a medium contour 18-inch barrel. But even with that kind of medium contour barrel, this gun's only just over 6 pounds without the scope or the suppressor or the sling on it. So it should be a nice, light, handy gun that isn't too expensive to kind of just have for carrying around. And I went and I shot some groups with this at the bench. I got it sighted in and it shot acceptably, and anywhere else you look it says this is a really accurate rifle for the money. But yeah, let's start at one end, go to the other. We got that threaded barrel like I mentioned, 18-inch barrel. The stock is cheap feeling, get that right out of the way. This is a budget gun. This is definitely a budget stock. They cut costs there. It's got kind of a rounded forend. I prefer a little bit of a flat on the bottom, but it's got some finger grooves there. It does come with sling swivel studs, which is essential. Action is a 60-degree throw, push feed style with a plunger ejector. But I think the kind of weak point of this gun, where the cheapness really starts to show, is in the magazine. This .308 magazine holds 4 rounds. It's kind of a double stack single feed style, and it feels cheap and plastic. Even though a replacement magazine for this is $40, and if this rifle ends up shooting good, I want to get another one. But I think this is the weak point of the system. Usually I prefer an internal box, you know, where you load it through the top and have a hinged floor plate. But on a budget gun like this one, they just don't come like that. And while I was shooting from the bench, I did have a couple of feeding hang-ups. I don't know if that's just because I was kind of working the bolt really slow, trying to catch my brass or something like that. And that's what concerned me. That's why I wanted to come out here and shoot it today, because I want to make sure this thing's gonna feed reliably. This thing gets a lot of glowing reviews from other people, but I don't think they're really running it the way I want to run this rifle. I just want to shoot maybe 60 or 80 rounds today, run the action deliberately from some simulated field shooting positions, and make sure this is going to be reliable. Does that make a difference for a lot of the people that's going to be using this rifle if it hangs up every once in a while? Probably not. If you're hunting whitetails over a stand, in a stand over a field or something, it's probably not the end of the world if you get the occasional hang up on the last round, which is when I was getting them from the bench. But around here there's some kind of mean critters, and to stay on the upper side of that food chain, there might be a situation where I have to do some quick and accurate shooting, and I don't want my gun hanging up. So we're gonna put it through the paces today, test it out, and see how it does. So like I mentioned earlier, we're trying to simulate field conditions here. So we're gonna go ahead and load one round into the chamber and then a full magazine underneath it. Got my steel target down there. Let's see how it does. There, that's the problem. So that wow, this is the first 5 shots today. I don't know how well you guys can see it with the lighting. Let me adjust a little bit. But that last round in the magazine is hanging up. There, I just had to jiggle it. But I came back, and on my way forward, it got caught somewhere. I don't like that one bit. I think I have an idea how we might be able to remedy that though. Let me fire this last shot. So, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there is some play in the front of this magazine. If I push on it with my finger, it kind of moves. I think maybe that's doing it. Also, if I look on the magazine, I can see, oh yeah, there's a couple spots right in the front where the bullets are hanging up. Either the bullets or the case mouth, probably the tip of the bullet. Let's see if we can get it to do it again. Okay, we're fully loaded with another 5 rounds. Let's see if we have the same problem. Ooh, real sticky there. Yeah, the last round in the magazine hung up a little bit there, but then it finally went back in. I think maybe if I get some sandpaper, make a little ramp in the front of that magazine, maybe that'll help it. I'll be back in a second. All right, so this is probably not advised. I just pulled out my knife and I'm very carefully just removing a little bit of material at a time, creating a little ramp where I saw those bullets running into the front of the magazine. This probably voids your warranty on your magazine if you do this, but I'll do it for you guys here. Field expedient fix. Hopefully this does the trick, because that'd be pretty simple. And if this gun does get working good, I'm gonna want to get more magazines because these are really slow to reload. But if I just get a little bit of a ramp, this is actually looking really good. I know you guys are probably laughing at me. Oh, Alan, you're carving up your $40 magazine. Second time you have the gun out on the range. But hey, it ain't working. And I probably could contact Ruger, but I think this is a design flaw, not really a fault of the gun. And what can you expect from a $400 some rifle? It might take a little bit of tinkering to get working right. I'm not sure you guys will be able to see what I did, but I beveled the front edge of this magazine just a little bit to hopefully allow the nose of those bullets to slide up in. So let's load up another 5 rounds and see if it works. So these magazines aren't exactly the easiest to load. Like I mentioned, if this doesn't end up working good enough that I'm gonna carry this rifle, I'm gonna get at least one spare magazine so I can reload with some urgency if I need to. There's 4. Okay, this is first 5 shots after beveling the front of the magazine box with my knife. Fingers crossed. I'll be real happy if the fix is that easy. Here we go. Nope, right there, got stuck again. So it seems like when I put pressure on it and I let off and I put pressure back on it, it worked. I don't see any fresh marks on there. Alright, I'm gonna bevel that just a little bit more. Try it again. load it up with another 5 rounds and see what happens. So that hang up has happened every time so far, trying to put the last round in the magazine into the chamber. So I made a little bit more of a ramp on the front of the magazine box. If this doesn't work, we're gonna try something else. Oh, and I missed. Sometimes they get in that primary extracting and cocking the striker is really hard, that upswing on that bolt. There we go. Alright, I'm looking in there now, and our bullet is getting caught on the front lip of the feed ramp in the gun. We're clearing the magazine now. But it's probably, you guys probably can't see in there, but alright, I think I know what we can do about that. Hopefully you guys can see this okay, but this magazine in the front has quite a bit of play. And what I think I'm going to try to do is shim the back of the magazine well. So this forward part of the magazine is kind of held in the up position, and hopefully we won't catch on the feed ramp then. So I went ahead and shimmed the bottom of the magazine, or the back of the magazine well, with some electrical tape. We'll see if that pushes the front of the magazine up and the cartridge is into alignment. Nope. Caught right there. Still catching. Dang it, that's frustrating. So every time we've come out here and shot a full 5 rounds out of the magazine, that last one hangs up on the feed ramp. Alright. Got one more thing I want to try. But yeah, that's really disappointing. Okay, let's try this one more time. This time I took the shimming out of the back of the magazine well, and I just put about 6 layers of tape right on the back of the rear end of the magazine, hopefully to push that nose up. Here we go. Alright, this is the one. I'm going to make sure to work this bolt deliberately. Go all the way forward, all the way back. That fed. Oh man. Of course I missed, but did we just fix the problem? Float it up and try it again. That's the first time that 5th round didn't fail. Not really fail to feed, but didn't get hung up on the front of the feed ramp inside the rifle. Alright, we're loaded back up with another 5 rounds. This is with tape shimming the back of the magazine. See if it'll work for us again. Oh. Dang it. Nah, that last one's still hanging up on us. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just that last round hangs up coming out of the magazine almost every time. That's really frustrating because I want to like this gun, but if it isn't reliable, I don't really like it. I like everything else about it, but what do you guys think I'm making a big deal out of nothing, or? I'm just not happy with that last round not feeding reliably. That last round might be important at some point, but yeah, go ahead, let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do, because I'm not sure whether I should contact Ruger. I don't really feel like sending the rifle and the magazine back just to get back the same thing and have the same problem dealing with that weeks of trouble. If you guys got any ideas what might be wrong or creative solutions, please let me know below. But yeah, Ruger American Predator in 308, almost great, but this one example I have is not feeding reliably. It's consistently hanging up that last round onto the feed ramp when you go to run it in there, and I don't think that's not really acceptable. I'm usually a big fan of Ruger, but they're not living up to the rugged, reliable name here with the Ruger American. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you think I deserve it, and have a good one. We're gonna shoot just 5 more rounds just to see what happens, because I don't know, I got 5 more in my pocket. Yep, every time.